Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be talking about the type of friends you need to avoid. Like when you see these people, run for your life, for real, run. Because the sincere truth is this: as humans, we are prone to interacting. We are social beings, which means that we need to interact. We need to socialize with other people. You can't be on your own. You can't be an island, right? You need human beings. But what you're going to like shoot yourself on the foot is when you get yourself entangled with the wrong sets of people. It will definitely ruin your life. Trust me, your life will be ruined because the two things that is going to make or mar a human is the books they read and the kind of people that they have. The friends are either going to make you great or they are going to ruin you, right? So ensure that you are intentional about the kind of people that you make. So if you want to know the kind of people that you should run away from, ensure that you watch this video to the very end. It's going to like break down the very important things that you need in building a strong and reliable relationship. You don't want to skip this, trust me, because you don't want to make the mistake. Cry and I know that you come back to this video, right? So instead of making the mistake, how about you learn this so you avoid them? Because your relationship is very paramount in your journey of life. So without much further ado, let's just dive right into it. The types of people that you need to run from when you see them. Flee from them, ignore them, avoid them for your own safety and for your sanity. So here's the thing, we all make mistakes, right? It's paramount as a human, you make mistakes because you don't know it all. But the worst form of mistake you can make is to get yourself involved with the wrong set of human. Like it changes, it ruins everything. It puts a tint on your trajectory of life. Like you don't want to get that scar. You don't want to get traumatized. You don't want to create that kind of scar in your life, right? This might not just cost you money because a lot of people feel like with money I can get anything, I can do anything. No, there are some things that money cannot buy. Trust me, there are some things that money cannot claim, right? Because this might cost you your reputation, it might cost you your peace of mind, right? It might just scar you for life. So ensure that you are intentional with the kind of people you allow in your circle. Ensure that you are intentional with the kind of friends that you choose, not the people that choose you, the people that you choose. Okay? So without much further ado, let's just dive right into this video. So this is a quick one into ensure that you stick to the very end of this video so you don't mix anything, because the truth is some of these people might just be in your corner without you realizing. They might be among your friends, even your family, your colleagues. So be on the lookout for these people and avoid them. Don't make the mistake of snubbing this video. Don't make the mistake of ignoring it because you might regret it on the long run. So the first set of people that you need to avoid in this journey of life so you don't ruin yourself, my brothers, my sisters, my brethren, is the chronic gossipers. The gossips. This set of people, their favorite pastime is just to be sharing damaging secrets about the other person. And the weird part is you have them, you might just have them as your friend, innocently feel like, oh, this is my friend, not realizing that they are ruining your image behind your back. So if you have friends that always doing that, ruining someone's image before you without even confronting them to address, like, listen, you have a friend that comes to you, all they talk about is damaging other people's image before you, ruining their secrets, telling you about their secrets, saying tricky things about them. And when they see those people, they start laughing without even addressing those things with those people. Then you have with you a gossip monger, you have with you a chronic gossip that you should avoid, right? Because the truth is, once they leave you or if anything happens between the both of you, they'll go and meet other people and tell them about you. So you're not safe. So because you might be feeling like, I'm safe, they're my besties, my closest and all that. If anything happens between the both of you, that secret that you confide in them, they will tell it to someone else. Yes. Right. So if you have any friend or anyone that have this habit of coming to you to say trashy things about people, ask them, have you spoken to this person about this thing? Right? So it doesn't look like they're coming to you to rant and pick somebody black. Tell them to go and talk to this person about it, or I can call this person that we talk about it together. Right? Because whether you like it or not, you might be feeling like they're just talking and gossiping. Yeah, rewire your mind. Yeah, rewire your mind about someone, and before you know it, you start developing a sense of hate or dislike for the person without even knowing it, because they have planted a seed about the person to you, a negative seed, right? So if you have this amongst your circle, your family, your colleagues, you just need to adjust your friendship and sieve it. Because you need just the right set of people among your circle to avoid staining it, to avoid poisoning your heart, to avoid poisoning your circle. All right? Don't ever come to the point where you want to make a mistake of sharing your vulnerability or your deepest secret to a chronic gossip. Because as if you're hearing it on CNN, it's going to go viral at the slightest provocation. All right. So protect yourself and ensure that these people don't find it comfortable discussing someone else with you. Because whether you like it or not, for the fact that you're keeping silence and enjoying it, it means you're a participator, you're participating in the gossip. And before you know, you're absorbing that energy and you're giving it out. You're becoming a chronic gossip yourself. All right. So be on the lookout for these ones, chronic gossipers. So moving on to the next set of people that you should avoid in your circle, the jealous promoters. I call them the subtractors. These ones, they are always very ready and available to promote you or hype you or farms you if they realize that you are below them, right? Or if they realize that they are above you or that you're nothing compared to them, or those ones that practically look down on you. I call them the jealous promoters. They can promote you if it's over them. They promote you if they realize they're always way bigger. When they see that you are winning, they'll stop promoting you. When they see that you're higher than them, they'll stop promoting you. When they see that you're apart with them, they'll stop promoting you, right? The jealous promoters. Trust me, you might think it's cute and all, but it is not. Trust me, there is nothing cute about having an obsessively jealous person in your circle. It's cute, it's draining, it's negative. You don't want that for yourself. Trust me. So in some way, this kind of people only look out for those or fans people that are below them. How about to be on the lookout and see the way they treat other people that are above them? Do they give any hint of jealousy when people are rising, or do they support them? Trust me, you might be thinking that they'll always support me, they'll always be my friend. But if they give others that kind of vibe and attitude, they will give the same to you. You are not better off. All right. So trust me, you want to keep these people on the arm's length. Like you don't want them close by to avoid ruining one, your reputation, your circle, and even influencing your image and your energy, even your art negatively. So moving on to the next set of people that you should avoid. The next set of friends, or should I call it people that you should avoid, is the unchecked promise makers. I call these people the fakers. Well, the faker. Don't mind me. These ones are the type of people that will bamboozle you with words. They will fab. Like they can lie. They'll promise you heaven and earth, but they are doing nada. This isn't just about relationships. So this even happens with friendship. Like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, blah, 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 blah. To just hype you up and make you feel like, this person is for me. But they are not doing anything. Like, they promise, 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 and they do nothing. I always say words are cheap, actions are what counts. But there are also some people that just love bomb you to make you feel like you can trust them. But in essence, it's not there. It didn't date. You say it didn't date. But be on the lookout for this kind of people as well. The fakers that are genuinely not there for you. They just say the word cheaply and truth. But when it comes to the action, they are nowhere to be found. So when this kind of people come your way, this kind of people that feel like they can use their words to buy favors, to buy anything, to buy your trust, I would suggest that you trust the pattern. If they say it's the first time and there was no action to back it up, they repeat it, trust the pattern, not the word. It is easy for anybody to say anything. What differentiates people is the action backing up their words. All right. Always be on the lookout for patterns. What is this person saying? Then what are they doing instead? How does it correlate? How does it blend in? All right. So trust the pattern, not the words. Trust the pattern, not the words. Moving on to the next set of people that I feel like you should flee from, the debt recognizer. I call these ones the controllers. These ones, these ones, I don't know, I feel like these ones scare me the most. They would only offer help to you or give you help in hand when they know that they can use it against you, when they know that they can always use it to control you. This kind of people, they scare me. Their help is transactional. They give you something, and if maybe one day they ask you to do something or seek something from you and you don't give them back, they remind you of how they have been helping you, how they picked you up from the gutters, and how much of an ingrate you are. These ones, They'll use their help to you to control you. They'll use their help to you to want to direct your lives. I feel like these ones, they are very scary and manipulative. Oh God, the controllers, you genuinely don't want them over your life, because these ones, their own form of manipulation is just so intense, because they can trap you, kill your self-worth, kill everything, given the fact that maybe they helped you at your weakest point. They'll just use that against you. And you now be wondering, like, what is going on? And if you're not so self-aware, it will be a long bondage before you actually realize yourself. Trust me, you don't want to be trapped in the grip of a controller. They are going to control the hell arc of your life, that your life won't be yours anymore. So here is my summary for this. If you always realize that their help to you is always in exchange for something, or whenever they help you, then they want to claim an upper hand or anything, my dear, you are working with a controller. You should flee. Because to everyone help the give, they'll be requesting for tens more later on in future, directly or indirectly. All right? Be on the lookout for manipulators, for controllers, okay? The next set of people that you should flee from are the perpetual victims. These ones is another form of manipulation on its own that is so, like, crazy. You know, the funny part, most of these people, I've met them in my life. I have great friends too, but I've also had my fair share of not too great friends, honestly. That's why sometimes, most times, when it comes to friendship, I'm actually very picky, and I am very intentional, and I'm very careful not to make mistakes, because friendship to me runs deep. It runs beyond the surface, right? And if I end up getting myself entangled in the wrong relationship, the wrong friendship, it is going to scar me for life, right? That is why I try as much as I can to be intentional and deliberate when picking friends, or when letting friends or people come into my life as friends, right? Because the one is just so scary. And if you are a kind of person that is, what's it called now, stuck on the soft side, or very open to friends and all that, people might end up coming into your life to want to, like, manipulate you, ruin you, and take practical control of your life. So when it comes to these ones that play victim card, trust me, they end up messing with your mind and make you look like crazy one. Like, you'll be quite, you at some, you know the way, but at some point you'll be questioning your sanity. You'll be asking, wait, or is it me? Is it your, like, these ones, they are good manipulators. It's like another level of manipulation. Trust me, you don't want to be working with people like this. They play the victim card practically all the time. They piss you off and expect you not to get angry, right? And they play the victim card, then you become the one apologizing. That kind of thing. Truly, when it comes to this, it's always good to be empathetic, very well and good. But the truth is, there are some people, especially if you're the type of person that is always very empathetic, you're a soft person, you absorb people energy, you're always scary, you always get to help people, blah, 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 and things like that. Once they notice it, they want to use this against you, right? Empathy is a good thing, but not when the other person uses it as a tactic to hold you under bondage and make you feel like you are always the one that's wrong and they are always the victim. The victim card, for me, I feel like is the more or less one of the worst form of card that a friend can play or should play to a fellow friend, right? So in summary, never trust or rely on any so-called friend that doesn't want to empower themselves. They always want to keep themselves with a victim mindset without wanting to take responsibility for themselves and for their life. They are giving you a whole lot of burden that I don't think you would carry for the longest time, right? So ensure that you're on the lookout for people like this. The manipulation runs deep and you don't want to be caught in this web, all right? So moving on to the next set of people that you should run from as friends. The next set of people I feel like you should avoid when it comes to friendship is the double standard players. I call these ones the hypocrites, the Sadducees and the Pharisees. They are too sad to say and too fat to say. Get the, oh. The thing with these people is that they demand what they can't give, right? They demand high standard from people. They demand quality. They demand timeliness, what and everything, but they can't give it. When it comes to their turn to give out this thing, they start giving you poor excuses to their unruly behavior or attitude. It doesn't go that way. Friendship is a two-way thing. So in as much as you are demanding something from someone, can you give it out as well? And when we are talking about this, don't get it twisted. When it comes to friendship, in as much as you're holding people responsible for being the right type of friend, ensure that you are also the right type of friend. All right. Because most times you can also be the problem. So don't just be on the lookout with your ego eye, looking out for good friends. Are you a good friend yourself? Always ask yourself, am I a good friend? Can people rely on me? Am I someone that people can vouch for? Am I someone that people can look and be like, oh, that's a good friend, that's a good person. All right. So don't only be on the lookout. Give it out as well. So don't be an hypocrite that preach what they don't do, that demand what they can give. All right. And this set of people can be very draining. For me, I feel like they are low-key parasites. So because they little for few, but they are bringing nothing to the table. All right. And they are always demanding, like they're the most demanding of them all. Because the summary of this is that sincerely, respect is built with consistency, right? So if these people, what they are preaching isn't in tandem with what they are doing, then I don't think they are worth being called friends. You might call them out and tell them, okay, this is what you're doing. How about you? Act out what you demand most times. And if you realize that they are not making effort to change or they don't want to change, then it's a good thing to just cut the string and just move on with your life or find better friends. I'm always of the opinion that there are billions of people out there and you can always meet your tribe, right? So don't get yourself so tied up with someone that is affecting your mental health and is not even making a move or trying to change or trying to help or trying to do anything for the growth of that relationship. It's like a business deal. It's like a business partnership. If the other person is not doing anything to develop themselves or to be of value to the business, then they are not worth doing business with. And that's just the bitter pill to swallow. I'm sorry. All right. So moving on to the next one. So this is the type of friend that I feel like you should ignore or leave or run from when you see them. These ones are the name dropping climbers. I call them the opportunists. Not to get it twisted though. It's always good to be curious. It's always good to climb the social ladder. It's always good to be on the lookout for people that will help you grow. But this set of people, they don't use that formula. They don't use that rule. What this set of people do instead is that every conversation you have, everything they do is always littered with names of influential people that they claim to know, but they don't know. They end up farming people, making it look like they know a lot of people or that they are connected with a lot of people. Meanwhile, they don't know anyone. These are the kind of people that they will see those influential people. I don't know them. Then they'll start trying to like find the rub body, why ignoring you and things like that. Like I said, it is good to build your social status. It is good to mingle with people that will help you grow, help your brand grow and all of those things. But don't act all thirsty don't come at it in a very condescending low that people can even smell your desperation from a distance. All right. And you don't want to hang around this kind of people because eventually, as the saying goes, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. One way or the other, the attitude will start rubbing off on you, or people will start seeing you in that same light. That's just the truth. One thing you should always know about these people is that they always have this strong crave for power. So for them, everything is superficial, right? If you are the son of a president today, they are hanging around you. And if you drop or stop being the son of a president today, they'll leave you and go and meet another person. So their relationship or their love for you doesn't run deep. It's just surface level, what they can gain from you. If they can gain something from you, they'll keep hanging around you. But the moment they stop gaining anything from you, they are going to drop you and move on to the next person. So be on the lookout for these people. They only love you for the good times and not for the bad times. Their friendship doesn't run deep. It's all about what is the need for me. Are you going to help push me to my crave for power? Are you going to push me to the forefront of who I intend to be? All right. So in summary, if you have that friend that is always using your name to gain favor or using your name or your brand or whatever it is to gain favor, always talking about the influence they have, blah, 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 making noise about all being loud about this, then I think you should be on the lookout for an opportunist that only want to use you for what they are going to gain from or from your social speeches and stuff like that. So when they're always desperate for power, they're always desperate for people to notice, they're always just wanting to be in the spotlight, right? And one thing you should know is that when it comes to true influence is quiet. It is always those ones that don't have it, that are always loud about, always wanting to make noise. You know my father is, you know my friend is, you know blah, 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 blah. Their relationship and love does not run deep. It's all based off of what you are or what you're giving them at that point in time, right? And one thing you should know is that all of this kind of desperations eventually leads to betrayal, right? Because if you flop tomorrow, or if you're no more that person, or if you no longer hold that title or that power that you crave, they will leave you and go to the next person that have the power that they have chased. So for them, it's all about the power, it's all about the recognition, it's all about what they are getting, it's all about the spotlight, not necessarily about you. They don't care about you, they care about your title, they care about your status, right? They care about all of those things attached to you, not necessarily about you as a person. Trust me, you don't want to have this kind of person as a friend because you can't rely on them. Their love is for sale. They don't have a strong relationship with you, if you're being honest. Rather, they have a relationship with the power that you hold. So moving on to the ninth set of people that you should avoid, run, or flee from. The ninth set of people is the self-serving critic. This one, they are the saboteurs. They are the saboteurs. Trust me, you genuinely don't want this kind of people in your circle. All right. These ones, they are always the ones that are always quick to offer you criticism. They're always quick to complain. They're always quick to blah. They're always quick to tell you the wrong things that they are saying. But there is never a good feedback, never an actionable feedback from them. They are always seeing negative, prophetess of doom, always complaining, critics. But there is never a feedback that makes sense from them. When you ask, okay, you're brought about this problem, what do you think you should do? They don't have anything. But they're always sieving out the bad face. That doesn't mean that feedback or constructive criticism isn't good. I mean, when you offer this, offer that friend of yours a way forward, a better option that you think is going to work. Not the one that all you do is criticize, all you do is find fault, all you do is puncture holes on their idea, on the things that they bet. You are never bringing anything good to the table. No good feedback, no good way forward, nothing. You always carry a dark cloud on your head. Nobody will like you. Truthfully, nobody will want to come close to you because there is no positive energy radiating around you. And this kind of people, I feel like most times they do it from a place of bitterness and anger and all of this because they feel like I'm not the one doing it, then yours is bad. Right? So be on the lookout for saboteurs. Make them know. Be on the lookout genuinely for saboteurs. Trust me, you don't want people like this puncturing or killing your ideas even before they materialize, all right? Because, honestly, their end results for these things most times is just to plant doubt in your heart and stop your momentum or just kill your dream entirely. Because they always be like, if I'm not the one doing it, then why will you do? Why should you do it? If I'm not the one getting married, why should you get married? If I'm not the one opening this business, why should you open this business? Why not me? So I'm going to plant doubts in your heart. So I'm going to kill your ideas. So I'm going to puncture your beautiful ideas and all of those things. Flee. Like literally flee from this kind of people. You don't want them in your circle, except you'll be stuck with them in mediocrity. And the sweet part of it is that once these people, when the reverse is the case, and these people are the ones doing all of these great wave things, they're not going to seek your advice or take your advice. They'll skyrocket and leave you. Then you'll be the one gnashing your teeth because you ignored the beautiful idea that you were meant to take and build on. All right. So if I'm to give it 1 cent, right? For me, I feel like the one person you should take criticism for is from someone that you respect their opinion. Someone that is genuinely concerned about your good, someone that is objective about their feedback and all of those things, not someone that doesn't really care about you that much or pretend to care, because every other thing is just the noise. Pick what you can pick and move on. It's not everything that you listen to. If you listen to everything, you would never get to the zenith you're meant to be because you're paying attention to everything that does not matter. All right. So moving on to the next set of people. This is the 10th set of people that you should avoid, you should flee from to protect your peace, your growth, your journey, and be on a sane ground and positive path. These sets of people are the history deniers. They can deny for the world. They call them the amnesia cycle, like they have amnesia or something. They forget things, but it's always easy for them to talk. But when it comes to proving what they have said, they forget it. Conveniently forget that they betrayed you. They'll conveniently forget that they borrowed something from you. They'll conveniently forget that they took something from you. They'll conveniently forget that they trolled you. They'll conveniently forget that they blasted you. They'll conveniently forget that they did things to you to hurt you. They would actually forget this things, not realizing that you're also a human that have feelings. Until you remind them, they'll forget. And the truth is, this kind of people, where reverse is the case, right? When they are the one in your position, they will never forget. But why is it that it is always your case that they forget? Why? Until you remind them, they don't remember. They don't remember they're meant to like help you with something. They don't remember that they are only you. They don't remember that they said something hurting to you to apologize. They don't remember that they took something from you until you remind them. They always forgetting friends. I feel like most of the time they forget these things because they don't want you to ask. They forget these things because they want you to take all of their BS. And if you don't call it out, trust me, you are riding on a very thin line, like a bomb that would explode anytime. You don't want that kind of friend in your circle. You need friends that will take responsibility for their actions. You need friends that would stick to what they say. You need friends that will hold on to their game. You need friends that are responsible. You need friends that have integrity. You need friends that you can rely on, not the other way around. Right? Because this kind of people, they're also a different kind of manipulator. Because this kind of people, they keep turning the clock to favor them. Once they realize that the clock is not favor them, they wind it back, reset it to a moment that is going to suit them. If it is not suiting them, then it's not for me to engage in, then I'll forget it. Until it suits me, that's when I'm going to remember. You don't want this kind of friends in your life. You're very selfish and self-centered. Very, very selfish. And if you're not the kind of people that is very selfless, like, you don't want that kind of friends in your circle. And this is not just for those that you are seeking. You should also be that kind of friend. If you have gone through all of these things I've mentioned and you realize that you're faulting in any way, ensure that you fix yourself. So be the kind of friend that you want others to be to you. There is this saying that to anyone that wants to make friends, or wants people to be friends with them, first of all, you need to make yourself friendly. You need to make yourself friend-worthy. All right? So you can't be seeking for something that you are not. That makes you an hypocrite. If you realize that you are faulting in any of these things that I've highlighted or any of this type of friendship, fix yourself. Because you could also be the bone in the throat of other people. Be the good friend. All right. I know that we are not all perfect, but what makes it worthwhile is when people point your flaws out to you and you intend to fix them because you value your friendships. You could be the one at fault. They could be the one at fault. All right. So use this as a as a guide to checkmate your own life. Is there any way I'm faulting? Is there any way you're faulting? I myself, even while doing this research, I realized that there are some ways that I have faulted in the past and there are some ways that I'm still faulting. So it is also a call to me to fix myself in those areas so that I'm going to be a better friend to my friends. All right, and just make the world a better place. It's not meant to be so difficult. Friendship is meant to be rosy. When obstacle comes, you guys fix it together as friends and you grow. All right. So this is where I'm going to wrap it up for today's video. If you have learned one or two, please do well to drop your comments in the comment section. I genuinely love when you guys drop your comments because I read every one of those comments and I learn from them. And if you think that there are other types of friendship that I've not highlighted in this video, please do well to drop in the comment section as well so that I will learn. And if you have come across friends like this, please drop in the comment section on how you handle this friendship so that we all are going to learn from this. So if you want me to make a video like this again, or if you have a topic or an angle that you want me to address regarding this friendship, please do drop it in the comment section and I'm going to address that angle. All right. So until we see you next time, please do take care of yourself. Remember, my name is Luchi Sam and this is Luchi's Journal. On this channel, we do everything self-development, self-growth, life issues in between, and the idea is for us to grow as a community. So I'll see you on my next one. Please don't forget to engage this video, like, drop your comments and share your thoughts. See you on my next one. To this.